So now let's talk about development of face. So this is our face. So the entire face is derived from only two processes. First is mandibular process and second is frontonasal process. So if we see in this diagram, this is our mandibular process and this is our frontonasal process. So first the maxilla, this is our mandible, sorry, this is our mandible. This mandible will form our maxilla here. So our mandible forms maxilla, and then this is frontonasal process, and it has two processes. This is the nasal pit, where our nose is present, and on the either side we have medial nasal process and lateral nasal process. And entire face is developed from two processes: mandibular process, which ultimately forms maxillary process, then frontonasal process, which on which both the sides nasal processes are present. And if we talk about our lower lip, if the lips are formed by the lower lip is formed by fusion of mandibular process. When these processes meet mandibular process, then lower lip is formed. Upper lip is formed by maxillary. Here, this is our maxillary process, and when it fuses with medial nasal process, it forms our upper lip. And philtrum, this area is the philtrum of nose. Philtrum of the upper lip is formed by the fusion of this medial process on the both side. When these fuse, then our philtrum is produced. Okay, so now we have to know about some congenital defects. So first is midline cleft lower lip. It is produced due to the non-fusion of mandibular process. When both the mandibular process fail to fuse together, this midline cleft lower lip is found. Then midline cleft upper lip. When in this condition, when both the medial processes fail to fuse to each other, then this condition is found. Unilateral cleft upper lip. When maxillary process fail to fuse with the medial nasal process on one side, this medial nasal process and maxilla form to fuse together. It causes unilateral cleft upper lip. Then bilateral cleft upper lip or hare's lip, it is its second name. So it is due to the non-fusion of maxillary process and medial nasal process. Like maxillary process and medial nasal process, when they do not fuse together, then it calls bilateral cleft upper lip. And last condition is oblique facial cleft. It is due to fusion of lateral nasal process. This is like lateral nasal process when it cannot fuse together.